Welcome to another edition of Fast Break. I'm Penny Davis, NCAA National Coordinator of Women's Basketball Officiating. The topics included in this video are intentional and disqualifying fouls. Let's start with intentional fouls. There are several player contact situations that fall under this title. Rule 1013 outlines those situations. Let's look at some examples. White number 23 makes a rip-through face-up move where her elbows swing faster than the rest of her body. She makes contact with her defender in the face, and the contact is excessive. The officials may factor into their decision-making the potential for injury because of the contact to the head caused by the swinging of the elbow in such a way. The non-calling officials can provide information to the calling official to assist with making the proper decision to upgrade from a personal to an intentional foul. The correct ruling on this play is an intentional foul. 2 free throws are awarded to any player on the maroon team, and the ball will be awarded to maroon at the division line opposite the table. Blue number 1 drives to the basket and is defended by white 15. Blue number 1 uses her right arm to create space from the defender. The arm of the dribbler moves up to a height to contact the face of the opponent, and this movement is not part of a normal drive to the basket. The contact to the head of the defender is unnecessary. The correct ruling on this play is an intentional foul. On this end of game throw-in, white number 12 is held by black 32, prior to the ball being inbounded when white is attempting to cut away from the ball. The immediate timing and overt nature of the foul stand out, as this is contact away from the ball against an opponent who is clearly not involved with the play. The foul is designed to prevent the clock from starting. The center official does an excellent job covering this matchup on the throw-in, as the trail official must cover the thrower-in and their defender. This is an obvious intentional foul, and the immediate signal of intentional foul is displayed instantly and appropriately. When obvious intentional fouls are observed in a game, an immediate signal is appropriate. Officials may still review the play at replay when it is available and can downgrade it to a personal foul or upgrade it to a disqualifying foul. One additional outcome, although rare, when at replay is if the replay review clearly and conclusively discloses there was no contact. The foul ruling shall be reversed with no foul charged. The ruling would then be an inadvertent whistle and play would resume at the point of interruption. In these 2 examples, the foul by the defensive teams are committed to negate their opponent's obvious advantageous position. This frequently happens when a team commits a turnover and their opponent has an open path to score an easy basket. These defenders take a foul to prevent the scoring opportunity by their opponents. The severity of the contact on these plays has nothing to do with the classification of an intentional foul under Rule 1013(1)(b). The defense gaining an advantage by fouling on these plays is the only criteria needing to be met to qualify as an intentional foul. In this off-ball matchup, gray number 5 reacts to the incidental contact by her defender and proceeds to charge into her defender at mid-court, knocking her to the ground. The player in black proceeds to kick gray number 5, and the official recognizes the fouls and stops play. The initial foul by gray number 5 by itself easily meets the criteria of an intentional foul, as the contact is unnecessary and excessive. However, since this action led to the altercation, the appropriate ruling is a disqualifying foul. The retaliation and kick by the opponent in black is a fighting action, as the player uses her leg to combatively strike her opponent. These actions qualify as a fight, and both players shall be ejected from the game. Since no other players were involved in fighting or left the bench, the penalties will cancel and the ball would be administered at the point of interruption with no reset of the shot clock. Gray will get a new 10-second count in the backcourt. By rule, a fight is a confrontation involving one or more players, coaches, or other team personnel, wherein but not limited to a fist, hand, arm, foot, knee, or leg is used to combatively strike the other individual. Like the last play, there is an altercation on the court between 2 players, who use their arms and legs to combatively strike one another. No other players participate in the fight. However, there are players from the white team bench who enter the court. When a fight may break out or has broken out, any player entering the court will be disqualified regardless if they participate in the fight. In this example, white number 34 and 2 additional teammates enter the court. They will be assessed 1 disqualifying foul as a group, and all 3 will be ejected from the game. Head coaches and their assistants are permitted to enter the court as peacekeepers to prevent the altercation from escalating. The passions for the game and competition sometimes rise to the level where physical contact meets the criteria of intentional and disqualifying fouls, as we have seen here. These rules are in place for these moments, and officials are expected to penalize appropriately when these situations present themselves. Review Rule 10, Sections 13 through 15, and the Appendix 3, Section 4, Guidelines for Officiating Intentional and Disqualifying Fouls. Officials must have a strong understanding of these rules and guidelines to be prepared for these critical moments. Thanks for your commitment to the game.
Are you interested in becoming an official? Go to ncaa.org/sayyes-to-officiating for more information.